Christopher Cochran, 19465. Controlled substances, drug paraphernalia. Sir, I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Your Honor, at this time, we waive a formal reading of the charges and a plea of not guilty. And Your Honor, he also has 19-413 that is set for a final hearing next week. If you could order him to have these cases track, but order him reappear on this matter for the next month.
We'll enter the plea of not guilty. I'll have you appear before the court next Thursday at 10 o'clock. Okay, thank you, sir. You may stand aside. Rebecca Martin, 19464. I'm going to appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you. I'll have you reappear before Judge Webb on January 16th. How does she plead?
That'd be great. Yeah, before I go today.
We'll enter a plea of not guilty on your behalf. Appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30.
Is there any way I can get out to seek counsel or?
Yeah, I'd bond out and seek counsel.
What is my bond?
Well, let me look. $75,000 is your bond.
Is that not excessive for?
Not for your history, ma'am. No, it's not. Not at all. You may stand aside. Larry Branscombe, 19-463. You have a lawyer, sir?
I do not.
Do you intend to hire a lawyer or make application to the Public Defender's Office?
No, sir, I can't.
Okay. Are you going to make application to the Public Defender's Office?
I can. I mean.
Well, you need a lawyer, so I would suggest you do that. And I'll have you appear back before this court for arraignment and attorney status 1 week from today at 10 o'clock. That'll be January 9th.
Is there any way possible that you could set me up with a bond, sir? Because right now I have a parole hold that's keeping me from being able to bond. And I mean, I could pay my parole fees and everything if he would just allow me to come to the dang office and do it.
Okay, your bond is presently $5,000, but if a parole hold keeps you in there, I'm not sure you want to bond, but that's your choice because you couldn't get out if you bonded.
That's what I'm saying. Is there any way that someone could talk to him and have him lift that so I could go ahead and bond?
Okay, that's
because I could pay the man if he would just allow me to come out.
Right. That's done by the state. I have no authority over that, so I can't help you.
Okay.
All right. Well, thank you. Jeffrey Shepard, 19462. Good morning. You have
Morning,
a lawyer.
sir.
You have a lawyer, sir?
I filled out a public defender's form.
Okay, we'll take a look at that. If I could see the public defender's form.
Judge, we don't have this. Your Honor, our office represents him on another case that's still pending before this docket, so I'm sure once he has paperwork in hand, he will qualify for us.
For the purpose of this hearing, I'll appoint the Public Defender's Office to represent you.
Judge,
Go ahead.
we waive a formal reading of the charges and enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty. I'll have him appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30.
Is there any way I can get a bond reduction, Your Honor? $150,000 is, I believe, is a little stipulate for this, ain't it?
Quite possibly. I'll set that down for a hearing on January 16th at 9:30 or soon thereafter, if Judge Webb can get to it.
Judge, he has a revocation too.
He has a revocation, you said?
19-147.
Okay,
Your Honor,
yes.
I'd like to enter a plea of not true on that. If we could set that matter for next Thursday for hearing.
Thank you, my attorney.
Did I sign the sentencing order again?
I think in 147 you did, Judge.
Okay, let's have a hearing. We enter the plea of not true, have a hearing
Does someone have the
next Thursday.
case number for his revocation?
19147.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Mark Dorman, 19-460. Drug paraphernalia, controlled substances, other driving-related charge. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
I'm hoping the public defender,
Okay. Have you made an application?
he represents me on another case. I was,
And
um,
Judge, I had represented Mr. Dorman in a private capacity in a case on this court's docket last year, and then again on a revocation. This one has fallen to Judge Webb, so he'll need to make application to the public defender's
Okay.
office.
Make an application, sir. Fill it out, turn it in, appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30 for arraignment and attorney status.
okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you. Stanley Road, 19-457. Theft of property, domestic battery, criminal mischief. Do you have a lawyer, sir?
Your Honor,
No, I filled out the application.
Okay. Sir, I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. You appear for an arraignment. How does he plead?
we waive formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty and set the matter down for hearings and trials. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Emily Gutierrez, 19-456. Good morning, ma'am. Do you have a lawyer?
No, sir.
You gonna hire a lawyer or make application to the public defender?
If I can get out today, I would like to hire a lawyer, but I'd have to be OR.
Okay. I'll have you appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30.
Okay?
Let me see here what you're charged with. Possession of methamphetamine, drug paraphernalia, marijuana. I can't OR you, man, so just appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30 for arraignment and attorney status.
Thank you.
Thank you. State versus Christopher Lynn. Charged with battery, DWI, associated charges. Sir, you don't qualify for the public defender. It says you take home $2,500 a month and have no expenses. So I'll have
Well,
you.
I'm
I'll
currently unemployed in jail.
What'd he say?
He said did you say you were currently unemployed because you're in jail?
Yeah, I filled out that application over a month ago.
Well, you'll need to fill out another one. I have him appear before Judge Webb on January 16th at 9:30. Thank you, sir. Lisa DeHazo, is that right?
Ishazo.
Okay. 19-453.
Your Honor, we have been appointed to represent this lady. I don't know if she was set to reappear today to just get a scheduling order issued.
I'm not sure she's been arraigned.
If she hasn't, then we'll waive a formal reading of the charges, enter a plea of not guilty. The state has provided discovery. I'll review that forthwith.
We'll enter the plea of not guilty. If we haven't already, we'll send out a scheduling order. Thank you, ma'am. You may stand aside. 19-447, Amelia Hittaway, controlled substances. Who's your lawyer,
First
ma'am?
of February.
I haven't been appointed one yet, Your Honor.
Okay.
Made application to the public defender, Your Honor. Carried.
We'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and she needs to be arraigned.
We'd waive a formal reading of the charges and enter a plea of not guilty.
Okay, we'll enter the plea of not guilty, and we'll schedule the matter for hearings and trial. Thank you. You may stand aside.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Morning.
Let's see. Charges furnishing, possessing, or using, or delivering prohibited articles. Who's your lawyer, sir?
I'm guessing a court of foreign lawyer.
Okay. Have you filled out an application?
One was never presented to me and no one told me I need to.
Okay, well, you do need to, and they should have one at the jail there. We transported you. Where'd you come from, sir?
Calico Rock.
Okay. For the purpose of arraignment, I'll have the public defender represent you. Can we enter a plea of not guilty? We'll
Yes,
enter a
sir.
plea of not guilty.
Yes, we're in.
And he needs to fill out his application before he's transported back. We'll schedule the matter for hearings and a trial, sir. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye.
I would like to enter a plea of guilty on breaking and entering, but not burglary. I didn't
Okay, is there
intend to take anything, I just was starving.
All right. Is there any reason to bring him over here today? Mr. Chisholm?
Have you met with this gentleman, Sam?
He just made application.
Judge, I know something about this case. I would feel a lot better if Mr.
Okay.
Hastings had a discussion at this time.
I tell you what,
Try to come back next week.
sir, I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and I'll schedule you to appear a week from today, and you can talk with your lawyer about a resolution of the case.
All right.
Okay, hold on just a second here. Let's see where we're at. Okay. We'll see you next week, okay?
All right.
Thank you.
Could I please be OR'd? Could I get an OR because I have brain damage and
Okay.
it's driving me crazy being in a white room
Right.
for this long. I mean, I really have a mental instability. I have brain damage. I was hit by a freight train on foot.
All right. I'll have Mr. Pacings come over and talk to you, and he can verify what you're saying there, and I'll certainly consider that.
All right, thank you. I'm free to go.
Well, not from the jail, but,
I'm his mother, and I have more records if you
okay.
need.
Make sure that the public defender gets them, okay? Cody Mills, 19-327, 19-325. Possession of drug paraphernalia. Who represents you, sir?
It was Matt Stone, but he just stepped down from counsel for me.
Wait, it looks like he's entered his appearance today. So.
Judge, he has actually petitioned
yeah,
to withdraw when this
he
gentleman
just-
does not show up. This gentleman has a pending warrant for failure to appear in both of those cases, and I think Mr. Stone in the interim filed a motion to withdraw on both of his cases.
Wait. It was entered today. His entry of appearance.
I don't understand that one.
Well, I don't either, but
Mr. Stone said he'd be back here in a minute, Judge.
He entered his appearance, but in it, he says that he intends to withdraw from the cases.
okay. Well, who's gonna represent you, sir? Are you gonna hire another?
I have a public defender application I was gonna
Okay.
fill out.
I'll have you appear on, January 9th at 10 o'clock for attorney status.
Okay, yes, sir.
Okay, well, thank you. Jeremy Jessup, 19-320. Residential burglary, criminal mischief, assault.
And I think Mr. Jessup, who is actually on Judge Webb's docket, is on your docket today because there is a failure to appear. Issued back on November 14, it appears.
Okay, I'll have him appear before Judge Webb on January 16th.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Sir,
Yeah.
I turned myself in.
Okay.
There was just a cross
cross wires on the court date. I wasn't trying to elude or nothing.
Okay.
I've been here for like 30 days.
Okay, well,
Is there any way reinstate my bond?
talk to your lawyer about that, and he can talk to the prosecutor, and if there's something he worked out, Judge Webb might go along with it.
I'll get down and see him,
When
Judge.
did he fail to appear?
November 14 is what our notes reflect, Judge.
Okay. That's all we can do today, sir. You may stand aside.
All right, thank you.
19-448, Anjanette Yancey, failure to appear. 18-489, just a reappearance. Good morning. Who represents you, ma'am?
Samuel.
Samuel, okay.
And Judge, Ms. Yancey will have to fill out an application on this new charge, but we do represent her on the existing case.
Okay, it's before Judge Webb anyway.
Judge, would the court transfer that case to this docket, or?
We can, that'd be fine.
Okay.
We'll enter, in anticipation of your office representing her, we'll have, enter plea of not guilty on
Correct.
failure to appear, okay? And let me look at the other case. And the other case is set for trial, so is there anything to be done in 18-489?
There's not, Your Honor.
Okay,
We'll need a new trial date.
we do have one, it's in
Okay.
March.
March 16th?
Yeah, or I don't know if it's 16th, but at any rate. You may stand aside, ma'am, thank you. Jason, is it Pat now? 19-446,
Yes, sir.
yes.
If I may approach, Your Honor.
Charges falsely filing a terrorist filing or reporting a terrorist threat. Falsely reporting a terrorist threat. So I've appointed the public defender's office to represent you. How does he plead?
Wait, before we're reading the charges, enter plea of not guilty, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll enter that plea of not guilty, and it's been scheduled. Okay, you may stand aside, sir, thank you.
Can I be OR'd from jail per psychiatrist Dr. Zerwinski, MD, for my mental health state?
If you'll get something from him, give it to your lawyer, he can discuss it with the prosecutor, and
I
then
already
present it to Judge Webb.
I already have mailed it to the prosecuting attorney's office, the public defender's officer, your officer, and Mark
Okay.
Cooper's office.
Did you receive it?
Judge, we have received that letter. Mr. Chisholm and I have talked about it. Mr. Cooper, Mr. Etheridge, Mr. Chisholm, myself will have to visit about it and try to get with Judge Webb.
They're working on it. Okay, you may stand aside. You Rusty Stevens? Are you Rusty Stevens?
No, sir. I'm Harvey Honeycutt.
Okay. We'll go to Mr. Honeycutt.
I do apologize,
19-50. Harvey Honeycutt's on a revocation. That's for hearing. You must transport him.
So Judge, I think that's for arraignment. I think we just arrested this gentleman.
Okay.
I went to my 8.1, was that, yes, it was the day before yesterday. And I was going to ask if there was any way that I could get a 60-day review, my first revocation offense. But I'm sure we'll talk about that when I come over. I do apologize.
Okay.
Judge, I don't know if this is Judge Webb's case.
Well, I'll try to find out. So we'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you, and we'll enter a plea of not true. Is that acceptable?
That's acceptable, Your Honor.
We'll set the matter down for hearing January 9th, 10 o'clock, or soon thereafter as we can get to it. Okay. You may stand aside, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You have a good evening. Good morning.
Rusty Stevens, 19-59.
He's on his way, sir.
Okay. You have a lawyer, sir?
No, yeah, Dunham, Justin Dunham.
Okay. Have you retained him?
Not yet.
Okay. Sir, I'm gonna enter a plea of not true to these allegations, have you appear, next week on January 9th at 10 o'clock for attorney status.
Okay,
Okay.
can, is there any way I can bond out? Are you going to,
Not right now, we might get into that next week.
okay,
Thank you. Bye.
thank you.
John Rutherford, 18-503. John Rutherford,
Yes, sir.
morning.
Good morning.
Let me check something here. Sir, do you have a lawyer?
Yes, sir.
Who would it be?
Mr. The public defender there.
Okay,
Judge, he'll need to fill out an application for us to represent him on this.
all right, that's fine.
It's just a revocation, right?
Correct.
Just a ratification, yes.
I was wondering if I could get OR today and maybe get a 60-day review. I'm homeless. Is the only reason I wasn't able to report. And I was gonna go to changes today and try to, I was gonna go over and report and try to go to changes today, and that way I could start getting on track.
Okay, let me look at your file, if I can get it to load.
All right. I was bonded out I got finished over in the other county, and by the time I got walked back over, I had to walk all the way from Ash Flat to here.
Yeah.
And by the time I got back here, there was already a warrant for my arrest, so.
Right,
I'm not trying to run, I'm not trying to go nowhere, I'm gonna go ask this man to changes if I can get in there today, and I'd like to do that.
okay. Has he ever reported?
He never reported for intake, Judge, no.
I never had a chance to report. By the time I got here, it was already had a warrant on me.
How long you been in jail?
Over 2 weeks.
Judge, if I might make an inquiry, Mr.
There's plenty of time to walk from here to Ash Flat or wherever it was between the time you're supposed to report. But anyway, we'll get into that later. Yes,
We have him reappear next week then.
that'd be fine.
John, make your application. I'll get over to see you. We'll try to get this resolved next week.
We're in our plea of not true.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We just